Hi everybody, I'm John from Infinite Lives. Welcome to a special episode of Meet the Games. I'm joined by my co-host Dan Paredes. How's it going, Dan?
It's going great.
So, we are going to do something a little different this week. The Electronic Entertainment Expo occurred this past week.
Also known as E3.
Yes, for those in the know. We're going to be talking about all the big game announcements from all the major publishers this week, breaking down some stuff that we liked. So, why don't we jump right into it? So Fallout 4, Dan,
Fallout 4.
got announced during Bethesda's conference, which kicked off E3 this week.
That's a game.
It's a game.
It looks like Fallout 3, but cool.
Did you not like Fallout 3? Okay, I was going to say, starting some controversial stuff here. But yes, it looks like more Fallout. First-person Fallout with your vats, your vaults, your dogs, everything you could want.
Yeah, so it looks like they're doing basically Fallout 3 and a big update kind of thing, and they're setting it in Boston.
Yep.
In the Commonwealth.
Yes.
So I mean, there's some new stuff, but it definitely looks like a Fallout game.
Yeah, I mean, they are highlighting a lot of the new features because, I mean, they don't need to go over the fact that, hey, we've got a big world and, hey, it's set in the apocalypse. They went, okay, well, in addition to that, we're going to have a whole bunch of cool customizable weapons as well as the ability to build a base and, like, a home base.
Yeah, so those are the two big announcements, I think, during the E3 press conference, where they talked about how each weapon has multiple modules that can be customized. So you can put, the very simple stuff about, like, putting, like, a silencer, putting a scope on things, but then it gets really complex where you're putting, different kinds of components to really change, like, how guns
And it changes
work.
the names of the weapons when you're messing around with that stuff.
I like that.
Yeah,
I like that. So one of the funny things that they showed was actually, like, a teddy bear launcher.
Yep.
And actually, like, exploded some dude's head, I believe.
Yeah, they had a garbage or like a junk launcher in Fallout 3, but I never used it. It never seemed like it was that worthwhile.
It's pretty fun.
All right. Well, that's good. But yeah, the dude launching the teddy bear at the guy's head and it exploding was pretty fun.
Yeah, and then the other big thing that they did was they talked about how you can rebuild the wasteland.
Yes, a
basically.
Settlement area. I believe there's like
They said
three.
they said about 3 settlement areas, and you kind of can build them up, and then you can even trade in between them. You can have like stores, and people move in and everything like that. And it kind of looks like the same kind of interface that you would see like in like a game like Rust.
Okay.
Or not so much Minecraft, because you're not putting actual just blocks of things. You're kind of putting like,
modules of
like
pieces
a
of a building. Yeah.
So you're putting like stairs and then chairs and stuff like that. So that's kind of cool, because one of the my favorite things of those of the Elder Scrolls and Fallout games is kind of getting your own place. And then putting all my obsessive compulsive disorder stuff in there.
Yeah, and then your sniper rifle falls.
So when I collect all of my lawn gnomes, I have a place to put them.
Yeah, you got to have a place to put your feet up when you're not killing rad roaches and super mutants and death claws. So
I want a town that's only inhabited by lawn gnomes.
Okay, and then that game's coming out this year. That was the other cool thing.
Mr. and Mrs. Lawn Gnomes.
November 10th, 2015. Dan.
Yes.
It's going to be a good year.
They also had a couple really briefly, a couple other big things. They had Fallout Shelter, which is their iOS and Android game and stuff like that. So that's kind of cool.
I've been playing it. That game's really fun. Anyone who has an iOS device should just download it and give it a try. And that's really cool. Just like a day of like, hey, we're dropping this game today.
Yeah, it's like a little management kind of sim where you're managing a Fallout Shelter.
Yep, a lot of fun.
And then the other thing where they talked about that they're going to have an iOS Android app that is going to basically be your HUD menu.
Second screen experience with the Pip-Boy, so... Which they also announced in tandem with the Collector's Edition, which is going to include a Pip-Boy enclosure.
Yeah, so you can also buy the Pip-Boy and then put your thing in there and then put...
Yep. And it has working dials and knobs and I'm looking forward to this, Dan. I'm excited, as you can tell.
I'm just gonna get my phone and strap it to my wrist.
There you go. Get some duct tape and you're gonna MacGyver it.
Yeah. So that game looks pretty awesome.
Yeah, Fallout 4 looks great. And I'm very excited that it's coming out so soon. So it's going to be great. So why don't we move on to our next game, Dan?
Woohoo! Star Wars!
Star Wars Battlefront. That's another game.
Star Wars Battlefront!
That's being developed by the DICE team for EA.
Yeah.
Which is the Battlefield guys.
Yeah.
This game looks pretty sweet.
Yeah.
The trailer was quite exceptional. The game It's frantic and fast-paced and all the good Star Wars stuff you could possibly want in a game.
Yeah, it looks pretty awesome. They're running on the latest Frostbite engine, and it kind of looks like Battlefield 4 with the Star Wars like polish and coating over it. But it's different than like their hardline offering like last year, where it just kind of felt like a mod, and this seems like a full a new game.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it looks really cool, just how people move and the graphics and everything. And
I like that they're keeping the hero characters from the old Battlefront games,
yeah.
which they showed off Luke and Darth Vader as characters. It seems like they've got some cool ideas for the objective-based stuff that they've got going in the game. And yeah, I mean, it's just...
Yeah, I don't know what more to say about Battlefront other than it looks pretty awesome, and I'm gonna have to actually use Origin for my yearly penance to EA Origins.
You just ruined it for me, Dan, because I've never used Origin.
See, last year I did it for Titanfall, and I did it for Battlefield 3, and now this is every year. Every year I have one little bit of penance. I must pay the blood to the blood gods.
And this game, I believe, is also coming out in November.
Yeah, so I don't know how this is going to work with Fallout coming in,
11/10, and then I think this is a little later, or
because that's a 100-hour game, and this is an endless game.
Yeah.
The interesting thing is I would like to really get a sense on how the flying controls work.
Oh, the on-ground ships,
because what they're really showing the guys going through a canyon and things like that, and it looks like real gameplay, but I wonder how much of that is just practice demoing and until they got a run right. Because it looks like it would be very hard to
Well, we know that in those games, the Battlefield games, flying a plane or a helicopter is
completely ridiculous.
Yes, I crashed all the time.
Yeah.
So hopefully they get the flight controls down. I would like it to control like the Rogue Squadron games while you're in one of those ships. So
yeah, this is a funny game because I think of all the ones that we're going to talk about today. Like, this is the one that's kind of, like, the least revolutionary, they don't have a lot of new things in there. Other than, it's next-gen Battlefront, and it's great that they're having another Battlefront.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. So, yeah, that game's going to be pretty sweet, and I'm looking forward to playing this one when it comes out, so...
A tale. Let me tell you a tale.
Okay, weave me a tale, Dan.
What if I told you
that
there was going to be a game that was going to come out on the PlayStation 3?
That's an old system, Dan.
But now it's coming out on PlayStation 4.
I would be worried.
This is not an HD remake because the game never actually came out. Okay. This is The Last Guardian.
No, that's not a game.
This is the follow-up to Ico, or however...
Shadow of the Colossus.
However everybody corrects me.
It's Team Ico's next game.
Yeah.
Which is being developed...
But no, there's no Team Ico anymore. They're gone.
Yeah,
they've been gone.
But this one's being developed by Sony Japan Studio, I believe.
Yeah.
Now, so...
So this is a follow-up, not a direct sequel. None of those games are sequels to each other. There are related elements, and things like that. If you really want to get crazy, just start searching theories about Shadow of Colossus and Ico relationship, and you will go down a rabbit hole.
Have you done this, Dan?
Rabbit hole.
Yeah. Okay. We're gonna leave.
So this is The Last Guardian.
They showed it being played.
Yeah, so they showed this back in 2009, 2008?
I think earlier than that even. Yeah, it's been kicking around for several years. Let's just call it several years.
Yeah, it's been so long where I said that I would never buy a PS3 until
that's true.
The Last Guardian came out,
that.
And I still have kept to that promise.
Now you won't buy a PS4 until The Last Guardian comes out.
Wait, no, but does this count? Like, if Last Guardian comes out, do I have to buy a PS3 now?
Yes.
That's stupid.
But you can get it cheap, so I mean, you won't be out that much.
So big news, yes, it is. It was back in E3. it looked like it was actually being played, or at least some kind of practice demo.
And from the news report, people reporting from E3 were actually saying that it was played. So people actually got their hands on it.
So this is it's a real thing. Now it's a PS4 game.
2016 is all they told us.
They're saying it's a 2016 release. And it kind of looks like the same stuff that they kind of promised and just never really said anything about. It's you're playing this boyish character, and you're kind of interacting with like this big bird dog kind of thing. And like even the setting looks like a little bit like Ico, where like it's some kind of decrepit, that's ancient castle. That's the thing
I think I appreciate most about a lot of about their games is how beautiful the aesthetic looks in all of them. And this looks like it's continuing that tradition pretty well. So
so The Last Guardian, it's actually real.
Sure, I'll believe it when it comes out. I'll buy a PS4 when it comes out.
Yeah, I didn't even believe that this is like a real game. Like this, it's crazy. The big thing to try to wonder about this game is that something that's been in so long of development to the point where like one studio is no longer
original studio is no longer working on it.
Other people are working on it. What was the original ideas? Are they making it into the final product? Those kind of things. Is it actually going to be like an okay game? Like, I mean, because those games didn't run very well on the PS2s. Yeah. Granted, that was older hardware and everything like that, but at the time they didn't run very well.
No.
So I wonder what this game is going to be.
It's going to be a game. It's going to be an experience, Dan. But we'll find out probably. I'm guessing a late 2016 release for this. Did you ever want to make Mario Brothers levels?
Super Mario Brothers levels, yes.
Okay,
I don't want to make Mario.
No,
Brothers levels.
You don't want to be hopping on the POW block.
I don't want to hit the POW block.
Gotcha.
No, I don't care about that.
All right, Dan. Well, I've got news for you.
Yes.
Nintendo has made this game. It's called Super Mario Maker.
What?
And it's coming out in September.
On the Wii U.
Yes.
So this
game is not dead.
This game looks awesome.
Yes,
actually.
Yeah.
Of all the games at E3. I don't know why this one really made a huge impression. It tickled
your nostalgia bone just right, I think, Dan.
Yeah, and and it seems like they're doing a lot of things right. So, I mean, if you haven't seen like the Nintendo press conference or the World Championship finals, they have like levels there made from Super Mario Maker, and it looks really cool.
Yeah, absolutely nuts. So they confirmed a lot of stuff that we were worried about during the conference and the World Championships. They confirmed that the levels are going to be good sized.
Yeah.
They confirmed that it's going to have the physics from each different tile set.
Yeah.
On each game, so you've got your 4 tile sets: Super Mario Brothers, Mario Brothers 3, Mario World, and New Super Mario Brothers. Yep. And you can switch between them on the fly.
Yeah, we're not going to use New Super Mario Brothers.
That game wasn't bad, but out of the 4, yes, it is the least of the 4.
Yeah.
The tools look really easy to use.
Yeah. So there's a lot of contextual stuff where, like, if you have Bullet Bill and you kind of shake him around, he kind of changes what he does and things like that.
There were a lot of nuts things that I was seeing them do with like the scripting and things like that in the levels, like
and it's all very like intuitive. Like you're kind of shaking things or kind of dragging and
dropping. Yep.
Another thing that they said that is, I believe I heard this, that is part of when you're trying to upload a game, you actually have to, or upload a level, you have to complete the level.
You cannot upload an unbeatable level. You actually have to go through the level and beat it before you can upload it.
And if you download somebody's level and you edit it, you can't re-upload that.
Correct.
Because that's somebody else's level.
Yep, you cannot steal somebody else's work and iterate on it.
Yeah.
So that's really cool.
Yeah.
They're doing this right, I think.
Yeah, and also one of the other online things is that they're also going to have a statistic showing like how many people have completed this level. So it's if it's it does basically grading the fun of that.
Yeah, level. And like I said, everything looks really easy to use. It looks really slick. They got the physics right. It just seems like this is going to be something that you'll never have to not have a new Mario game to play ever again, Dan.
Well, I would like one designed by the people who actually know what they're doing.
You're gonna get them because I think it'll have some included levels with it. So that'll be fun. I'm looking forward to that game quite a bit.
Yeah, and I believe the actual game also comes with the art book that they're showing.
Well, yeah, because
during the press conference.
it's the 30th anniversary of Super Mario Brothers, so they're gonna blow it out big this year. So it was a busy E3 this year, Dan. Lots of announcement, lots of good stuff. I was actually pretty excited to see the Deus Ex game get played and showed some extended gameplay on, because I enjoyed the new version that came out. There's a couple of things that I didn't like about the original game that I hope they fix in this one.
Yeah, so they're saying a lot of the right things about boss
are.
battles and things like that.
Yeah, and the freedom thing is going to be the real big thing that I think they have to work on. They have to make sure that you can get through that game stealth, because that's how I like to play those games. In addition to that, Cuphead looks really good.
Yeah.
That game is a beautiful 1930s cartoon that is just a bunch of boss battles.
I still want to see that game being played.
Yeah. Well, people have played it and they've come away with that in interesting impressions. But yeah, I want to get my hands on it to see what it's going to be.
Or just to see like extended game.
But I do have one qualm, Dan. One thing I want to talk about. Why did I not get any Mass Effect gameplay footage? All they did was show off a 2-minute trailer. And I'm angry. Because I like the Mass Effect games and I want to see what they're doing.
Maybe you should start a petition so they have a DLC for
I played the game with the correct ending. Thank you very much.
Well,
what about you, Dan?
Yeah, so the thing that made a big impression on me, other than the games that we already covered, was Doom. Because I really like Doom. I kind of didn't like how what Doom 3 became. I didn't even really like how the Quake games have become.
You want your IDDQD, your IDKFA?
Yeah, I want. See, this is what you need in a Doom game. You need it fast, you need it violent, and you need swarming enemies.
Right.
And it kind of looks like that in the trailer.
Or the gameplay footage.
Yeah, the gameplay footage.
They played it for a good 20 minutes at their conference, which was good.
So I wonder. There's a couple things though. While I'm excited about it, and it kind of looks right. I kind of don't like the visual, the color tint that they kind of have on it. There's an image going around on the net of somebody correcting the colors to make it look like.
I think I heard about that,
and it looks really cool, like how they corrected it. So I don't know, maybe that's a little.
So the thing about that, is that screenshots look really good, but in motion it might not look right. So that's
So I wonder, and also the takedown thing. So if you damage an enemy enough, it looks like they kind of glow in a different kind of color, and then that's your indication to go up, and then you can do some kind of takedown. Super violent and gory and stuff like that, and then the power up pop out. And that looks cool, but I wonder, actually, I don't know how long this game will be, because Wolfenstein was about 8 to 10 hours, and
Doom and Doom 2 were a little longer, I think, weren't they?
Oh, they're long games.
Yeah.
I can't imagine a modern day game developer studio or whatever making a game like this and making a single player campaign without the extensive story. I would like them to just not.
You just want dude on Mars shooting.
Yeah, because the original Doom, nobody
hell?
cares what the story is. For a long time, I didn't even know I was on Mars. I'm just shooting stuff.
Super Shotgun confirmed, Dan.
Yep.
So that's all you really need to know. I think we're going to close out on a game that you and I are both pretty excited about, Dan.
Yeah, well, I mean...
I'm excited.
Excited and also skeptical.
I'm not going to be skeptical. I'm going to be optimistic.
Okay, sure. You want to take the optimistic side.
No Man's Sky, Dan.
Yeah.
It's a game. We've seen it played 2 years in a row now. Although this year we got I liked people calling it a begrudging demo from one of the creators of the game. We got to see more of the space travel. We actually got to see how you're going to interact with a planet. You got to see combat. Just overall, I love the aesthetic of that game. I like the way it could immerse me in a space exploring type of game. It's what I'm hoping other games of this genre are going to be. But yeah, it's looking pretty good.
Well, there's other games like this already.
Yes, there are.
Like if you were paying attention in previous episodes, Elite Dangerous actually has a lot of this space exploration.
Yes,
stuff.
it does.
But the cool thing that No Man's Sky does have is that it looks like a lot of it is procedurally generated. There's also, you can get out of your spaceship and you can kind of walk around and things like that. A couple of my skeptical concerns are, or just like, when they show the ship combat, the ship to ship combat doesn't seem very exciting, at least so far. They haven't shown it extensively.
They haven't shown like a super huge.
But every time they show
battle,
it, not too much. When you scan a planet, it looked very easy, and it was kind of cool that it showed like a lot of landmarks. But it's kind of like, is there anything more than just like hitting a button and then suddenly everything on where everything the big landmarks on that planet?
Yeah.
Is there anything else to find on that planet that's a landmark or something like that? And just kind of like, again, like what you're doing day to day or moment to moment. And, and then, they didn't say a release date. They said they're going to have a release date soon.
They're hoping this year, is what they've said. And
so, still kind of, I wonder if this is one of those games, kind of like a Watchdog situation where the actual game, when you get it, if you strip away all the hype and all the layers and things like that, it's going to be an okay game. It's going to be a decent game. But with all of this stuff on top of it, and I wonder if this is even like what the developers even wanted, right? It looked like they're trying to. It kind of strikes me sometimes that they're trying to make one kind of game, and then it became super hyped, just by the audience reaction, and then now they have this like kind of
expectation. I got you.
So I wonder, but it does look really cool.
They did actually. The other good big thing that came out of this was they officially confirmed it's coming to PC same day as the PS4. So
same day,
day and date.
Awesome.
Yeah, so release day and date. Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
So Dan, E3 2015 was pretty good. I think there was something for everybody this year to get happy about.
Something for everybody.
Get excited about. But yeah.
I think this E3 was pretty good. There was a lot of big surprises.
Yes.
Even with all the leaks that were happening, some of the games looked really good. I think every press conference kind of had at least one really interesting thing that got people kind of talking
and got us going, oh yeah, I want that.
Yeah.
So yep, it's gonna be a good year, Dan.
It was a good year for video games.
Yep, and it's only halfway done. All right, everybody, thanks for watching this week.
We're gonna go back and play Witcher,
Yep.
for 1 billion hours and not actually progress anything.
Nope. Well, thanks for watching, everybody. This has been another episode of Meet the Games, special E3 2015 edition. We'll see you next time.